If you clicked on this video, it's because you want to get better in life. And the best way to do that is by implementing consistency and discipline in your life. And all that starts with your habits. The things you do on a daily basis that create the person you want to become, or does the opposite. James Clear's way of destroying bad habits and building good ones is to me the most effective method. So this is why in this video, I'll be explaining you the Atomic Habits technique to build good, long-lasting habits and destroying bad ones. Atomic Habits is a book by James Clear explaining how to really create good habits in your life and how to destroy the bad ones. The core idea of the book is that small action done consistently over time have a significant impact on your life. Let's take for example scrolling on your phone. Let's say you only scroll for 5 minutes every day. This is very little, you know? But in the end, it adds up to about 30 hours in a year. And that's good for anything. This is a bad habit, but take it for a good habit. If you stretch for 5 minutes every day, then it's 30 hours of stretching at the end of the year. And before going into really the technique of changes, we need to understand how changes occur. Mr. Clear outlines 3 types of changes: outcome changes, process changes, and then finally identity changes. Most people start with outcome changes, changing how they do things, focusing on the result. But true changes comes from inside, from your identity. If you create this identity of yours that does something or doesn't do something, then this is when you'll actually change yourself. If you try to stop smoking by telling yourself that you don't smoke, if you're thinking the action of smoking, not really your personality, but if you say to yourself, I don't smoke personally, this is not my personality, this will have a much bigger impact in your life. So basically, when your habits align with the person you want to become, the results just follow naturally. But if you try to do the opposite, if you try to do the results will actually create the person you want to become, and it won't work. So as I said before, outcome changes is really focused on the goals, on the result that you're gonna get. For instance, if your goal is to lose weight, then an outcome change would be to focus on a specific number of pounds you want to lose. The problem with that approach is that you actually know what's the end goal, but how are you gonna get there? That's the real question. And after that, there's process change. This means that you're gonna change the way or the system that you're using to actually get to something. Well, if we take the same example, you want to lose weight. Well, you might start a new workout routine or follow a strict diet. Process changes are actually the steps you're taking to actually get to the outcome you're looking for. It's basically about making an actual plan and sticking to it and changing your way of doing things. But finally, identity change. This is the strongest type of change you can implement in your life. It focuses on changing your self-perception, how you view yourself as a person. So instead of aiming for a certain result, you're changing your process. Identity change is about becoming the actual person that attracts this thing, naturally is going to achieve these goals. So for instance, if we once again take the losing weight example, you'll actually focus on seeing yourself as a healthier person overall, and then this shifts actually make it so much easier for you to adopt habits that then somewhat healthy person is gonna have. So eating healthy food, working out every day, having a good sleep routine. Your action are actually gonna align with the person you are and you're trying to become. So now let's dive into the actual technique of how to make behavior sticks and how to create habits. This concept is divided into 4 different rules: make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. So the first one, make it obvious. You want to have a visual stimulus or something like an alarm in your phone that tells you, okay, now's the time to actually do your new habit. Because during the time you're actually building your routine, then you won't even think about it because it's not in your brain right now. So you need something, an outside motivation that's going to tell you, hey, now's the time to do this or that. So if you're trying to drink more water, stay hydrated, and place water bottles in different places in your house, so that way you always see water bottles and you think of drinking. Just how in my last video on how to make your good resolutions, I told you, hey, print your plan, make it visible, because if you see it every day, then you actually think about it. You know, hey, this is my goal, this is what I have to do for this year. The second one, make it attractive. If it's something that you don't necessarily want to do, you can try to like bond this new habit with something that you already like doing. So let's say you're trying to do more chores in your house. Then do chores at the same time as you're listening your favorite podcast, because it's gonna motivate you because you're doing something you actually love doing or love listening to at the same time as you're doing the new task that you have to do. The third law is make it easy. You want to reduce friction as much as possible. If you're trying to go to the gym, don't tell yourself, oh, I'll do a crazy big leg workout and 35 sets, 2 hour, 3 hour workout, then I'll go in the sauna, cold bath and everything. You're just trying to go to the gym. So why not tell yourself, hey, I'll just go to the gym, try 5 minutes and then see how it feels. You go to the gym, 5 minutes pass, oh, you actually feel good, so then why not continue? And then you're there, finally you made an hour workout, hour and a half workout, when you were actually supposed to only do 5 hours. This is how you actually reduce friction. You make it so easy that you could do like this thing anytime. If you're trying to get in shape, then don't like go to the gym when you don't have any time in your schedule. Just start by doing some push-ups in your house, and after that you do 2 sets of push-ups, 3 sets. Then you add sit-ups and everything. And at some point, you actually be getting to the gym, you know? And the last and final step is to make it satisfying. You want to have a little reward for yourself. So that way, it makes it satisfying and you have the dopamine in your brain to actually, like, you have something to strive for, to like want to do this new habit. So the easiest thing to do is just have a calendar, and every day, if you actually do the thing you actually want to do, then you make an X on that day. It's very satisfying to just mark the dates you actually do these things, and after that, as I said in my other video, when you change the pages and you see how many days you actually succeeded, it's very satisfying. But more than that, you can, I don't know, every time you do this habit, have listen to your favorite show on TV for an hour or whatever. Anything that is gonna make it feel good for you to do this task. But that is not going to like counter the effects of the task. Like if your goal is to go running and your reward is to drink a milkshake, then it doesn't work. Because your run didn't like do anything good at the end. But hey, if you're trying to run, then I don't know, go take a swim or go in the spa for a little time, anything that is gonna make it satisfying for you to do this task. Now, I'll tell you how to destroy bad habits in your life. It's very similar to how you build good habits in your life. It's just the opposite. So rather than making it obvious, you make it invisible. Rather than making it attractive, you make it unattractive. You don't make it satisfying, and you don't make it easy. You want to have as much friction as you want. So make it not obvious. Let's say you're trying to stop watching TV. Okay, then you could hide the TV. You could hide the remote, because if you don't see it, it's way harder for yourself to actually engage in that behavior. Make it unattractive. Take that habit and make it so unattractive for yourself that you won't even think of doing it. If you're trying to stop watching TV once again, okay, well, make a list of all the other things that you could have done if you didn't watch TV, or write all the negative effects of TV on yourself, and then every time you actually want to watch TV, then you actually think of these negative things that it's gonna bring to you, and you won't actually do it. Make it hard for you to actually engage in that behavior. That's just how I said, hide the TV. If you're trying to stop gaming, then why not unplug the console, don't put batteries in the controllers. Just make it so hard for you that you don't even think of it, because during the time you'll be putting batteries in your controller, And after that, you'll be plugging back the console. You already think of like, oh, no, this is... You'll think of all the other things that you actually need to do rather than just playing this game on your phone, you know, or on your computer, whatever. And make it unsatisfying. As I like doing, you can add a positive punishment for yourself. Something that is actually sucks in the moment, but is on the long run is good for yourself. Just like push-ups. Because it sucks doing 50 push-ups, 100 push-ups. But in the end, if you do a million push-ups in a year, then you'll just have a massive chest, you know? By focusing on small, consistent changes and aligning your habits with your identity, you can create lasting, meaningful changes and improvements in your life. The goal, once again, is not to do too much. Don't be too hard on yourself, because you won't change it. You want to have just the right amount of difficulty for your certain task, so that way you actually love doing it. You have motivation. And then, when you're actually good at it, you continue on doing it.